I'm not glad I made the mistake, but I'd rather me make the mistake and show you guys, and hopefully you guys learn from it, than you actually going out and having the same issue yourself.
We make the strings louder.
Yeah. Alright guys, so last night when the thing wouldn't start, it was something super simple. It was the stupid crank position sensor. I had it almost plugged all the way in, but it wasn't actually plugged all the way in, so you know that basically just wasn't getting spark. So you can see right now my air fuel ratio is, you know, hovering between like 14.2 and like 15-ish. So that's decent for idle, especially with just basically plugging in some settings and starting it up. So it seems like it's okay with it. Right here in the data logger, it's still being stupid. It is only logging the damn RPM. That's the only thing that's coming up on here, which is stupid, because that's dumb. Like I don't even need to see that. I want to see like the O2 sensors, the knock rate, what the timing actually is. You know, intake, everything that I need to see, I want to see. But it won't show it to me. It just won't log it. I don't know if it's like something. This is like the new version 3 of the scanner, so it's kind of stupid. I don't know. It definitely makes smoke clouds, but it's not, I can't get the air fuel ratios to do what I want to do. Like I said, this whole situation with the damn like HP tuners table, like all this shit, it's very confusing. There's not really a specific like fuel table. So this is like the base fuel versus RPM versus TPS. So that goes throttle position. And I don't know, it's kind of stupid, but it's a pain in the ass. It fuel enrich, called it enrich. I don't know, there's just so many random tables in here that I don't even know what the hell do. So I changed, but it's like that bitch is only at like fucking like 4 pounds of boost. That runs pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this damn turbo sounds badass just cruising around. It just sounds like it wants to rip. So that's like $3,000 and we have plenty of boost. I mean, it seems like it's only at like 3 or 5 PSI or so. It's really hard to say what it actually is, just because that's kind of a shitty boost gauge or whatever, but yeah, I'm still not showing any knock or anything like that. I'll be able to go back here in a little bit and look at the logs, pull them and make sure everything looks good. of rips. It's kind of funny. It's kind of really funny, actually. Well, we might have hurt the son of a bitch, I don't know. I'm not sure why it started doing that shit. Basically, that back cylinder over there isn't firing anymore. Alright guys, so at this point in the video, I turned off the camera, kind of checked everything. I went ahead and I pulled a couple of the spark plugs out of it, and that back number, I think it's either 4 or 8, it's the rear cylinder head on the passenger side. I pulled that spark plug out and it was actually bent. The spark plug was completely bent and actually touching. So I pulled it out, re-gapped it, stuck it back in, and it ran just fine. Looking down in the hole, it kind of looked a little funny, but I just wasn't sure if that was just kind of a reflection or something. But yeah, so I came back the next day, did a couple rips in it. It was kind of running weird. It was kind of like a random. It would start misfiring again. I was driving it around. Just came back, pulled the spark plug. Everything looked good. Did a compression test on it. It was about 150 psi, which is what they should have. So went ahead and threw it back together. It was still kind of misfiring and being kind of weird, randomly weird. So then we sat basically in front of the shop, did free revved it a couple times, and just kind of sat, and all of a sudden it came back to life. Everything ran perfectly smooth. So we did some gnarly ass burnouts with it. So.
Pads.
God damn.
Yeah.
Talk about a fucking burn off.
Yeah.
But then so later on that night, I decided to go ahead and pull a little bit of fuel out of it. It was running kind of rich in boost, and so yeah, then took it for a quick little test drive. Was running about 1 pound of boost, just kind of slowly easing into it. It was, low throttle percentage, low load. It was like 1 pound of boost, just barely getting into boost. It was at like 14.2, 14.5 AFR. kind of started sputtering. Kind of drove it around for a little bit, kind of babying it a little bit, and just to see if it would quit the, if it would reset that. Just kind of drove it around for a little bit, tried to see if the sputtering would go away. Kind of babied it back to the shop and came back here, and that's pretty much when I realized it was dicked. We went ahead and we pulled that spark plug out. It looked good, and it did a compression test. It was 25 psi, and that's when I realized that basically the motor is or the engine is dicked. So yeah. So now you'll see my little reaction to that right now. So, looks like on this back, I think that's either 4 or 8. I think it's 4 because I think I think they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is how.
It's 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8.
We got baby mama over. How you doing, baby mama? Anyhow, basically threw the ringland out of it. I don't know if this was part of the video that I got lost, but basically I was out running, driving. Everything seemed all right. The stupid tuner logger thing wasn't doing good, and so I think it like piston came up. I don't know what the hell happened, but anyhow, blew the ringland out of it. It like bent the spark plug, but I still think it had enough compression to run decent after that. And so anyhow, it finally said screw that shit last night after a few more rips. Yesterday we compression tested, it had 150. We just compression tested that back cylinder, and now it has 25. So basically now we have a 7-cylinder burnout car. So I'm not sure exactly what the hell to do with this thing, because I'd like it to be at its best for the burnout, but we'll see. So I'm going to test it out real quick. I'm going to see if it'll still do a burnout on 7 cylinders. If not, we might be going to the junkyard tomorrow and getting a 5.4. What do you think? A 5.4 with some Cobra heads,
Or just a piston.
or just a piston and just pull the head and pull the oil pan and just throw a piston in it. Maybe that's an option. But yeah, we're just going to pull it outside real quick, do a quick little Bernie, see if it works or not, and yeah.
Do it again. It's not building boost. I guess we can plug that in. Maybe it's fucking starting to, like, once you start getting going, maybe it was like making up for it.
It was doing better burnouts, but
well, once you get like that much, once it starts building pressure in there, it has to like start fucking going sooner or later. I guess plug them in. Fuck it. Give her hell, bud.
She is, guys. 7 cylinders of Fury. I'm not sure exactly what to say other than I'm stupid for like driving the damn thing when it wasn't. You can see that back cylinder doesn't really do anything. Really wish you could hear it down there too. Kind of its little miss or whatever. So yeah, I guess that goes to show you guys you really got to be delicate on your damn builds as far as the tuning goes. I mean, I'm not glad I made the mistake, but I'd rather me make the mistake and show you guys, and hopefully you guys learn from it, than you actually going out and having the same issue yourself with you know, let's say a build that you spent more money on, or you know, that was all the money you had and you kind of put it into a car and hoping it would just work. But that just goes to show you that you really need to be cautious of your tuning. You can't just throw a turbo on something and make sure it has enough fuel and it be okay, is kind of what I'm getting at. You have to make sure the timing's correct. From the factory, these things have a lot of timing in them. You know, kind of their theory from the factory is higher RPM, higher load or whatever, and it ramps up, it advances the timing to make more power. Whereas when you're boosted, it has so much more load on it and whatever, you have to retard the timing. So whereas this thing should have been around, you know, 12, 13 degrees of timing in it, when I first initially was doing those pulls, it was like 25 to 30 degrees of timing, which is probably almost a little bit more advanced than what it should have been. I feel like a knucklehead for kind of trusting driving it without actually having being able to log it and check the timing on it. I thought, because I had that basically on the HP Tuners tuner repository, there's a turbocharged Mustang, an 05 Mustang GT base map essentially, or off of his tune, and so basically I copied a lot of the tables and all that stuff as far as the timing, and everything looked good to me as far as the timing in there. One of the things that was different between the HP Tuners, here, watch, I'll show you guys. So hopefully you guys could see this pretty good, but so this is in HP Tuners. Like I said, this is pretty confusing. So right here, you have the MBT spark, which that shows you right there. Theoretical spark that produces maximum torque for the engine and is used for torque calculations, and also maximum limit for spark advance. So you can see right here, this is the table that I currently have, and there's some pretty kind of soft timing in it. Right here, basically on the top over here, I have, this is my name for the thing, on 3 Mustang, settings was good, now bad, updated to safer timing and more fuel, still has misfire. So that was before we actually did compression. If we go right here, this is the on 3 Mustang. This is the timing that was in it when I was first testing it, and I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever, 20 degrees, that might not be too bad. But anyhow, on this table right here, if you go down here and you see all this stuff that's highlighted green, that basically shows that those tables, there's either a difference or they're kind of used on the same deal. But if I go to right here, see right there, I'm on, so this is my tune and this is that tune, and then this shows the differences in the tune. You can see that flex fuel modifier. This is my table now, but before it had different settings in it. So and you could see right here, the Mustang did not have this spark borderline knock like flex fuel modifier table. Watch, I'll open up the factory. So you can see this is like the stock flex fuel table. So I'm not sure exactly what this does. It said for this, it says that's what it says down there at the bottom. So flex fuel logic enabled. So I did have flex fuel logic enabled on here. So I'm assuming what happened is it seen flex fuel logic enabled, and it was like, okay, so we go down here to the max of the load table, and you go to this, and that's, I believe, how much it can add, how much timing it can add to it. I'm not sure. Anyhow, I messed up. I wasn't logging it when it happened. I kind of finally figured out the whole fueling tables and everything on here. So basically, it's my fault for this happening. I shouldn't have driven it without it being able to log. On the scanner, so I'm opening up the scanner for you guys right now. The issue I was having before is when you load so over here is your channels. This is the only thing that it will let me kind of log right now. So if I go to my log files, we'll open up, not as boggy. So I did a burnout and I logged the burnout. So you could see right here, that's kind of my burnout that I logged, so you could see it kind of logging the sparks. You can see like 10 degrees or so. We're at, let's see, that's close to wide open throttle right there. That's in boost, so that's at 12 degrees of spark, so that was good. Air fuel ratio super fat right there. But this is all it will let me log. If I go right here to the thing and I hit like load vehicle defaults right here, which is it logs all this stuff right there, even a little bit more. And so it logs all that stuff. The only thing that it was actually logging was RPM. And basically I had to go in and delete all those channels and then add the channels that it would let me. But I feel like the ECU, it's not capable of letting something log that many channels as well as running at the same time. So it only lets me log like that many that I just showed you. That's about the max. If I start adding like 1 or 2 more in there, it'll go back to only logging RPM. So that's where I made the mistake. We're gonna see. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with this thing over the next couple days. As of right now, it is the 28th, and I have to have the burnout uploaded on January 1st. So yeah, I need to do a burnout with this thing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to find a different short block, try to throw a piston rod in it, maybe try to do a burnout on 7 cylinders. I'm not sure, but hopefully, hopefully it stays together long enough to do that, and then and you guys will should see some big things out of this thing, hopefully. I had a lot of plans with it. I wanted to take it to the dyno, wanted to actually make some decent power. But I guess that goes to show you this is what happens when you rush your build. You want to take it for that one quick rip down the block, and look what happens. But I guess Haggard Garage already did their burnout. I'm not sure how that turned out. I know they were splitting up for Christmas, so I think they already did their burnout, but I'm not 100% sure. But if they're stayed together, holy shit, I don't know how, because it would have had to be factory timing. And all they did was add a fuel pressure regulator on it. They actually didn't go through and fully tune it. But maybe mine put more timing in it than it should have. That flex fuel table, it could have been reading super rich on the thing and thought that there was ethanol in it and gave it more timing. I don't know. The HP tuner is confusing. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys, I should be doing a burnout no matter what. And we'll see what happens. So the next video you guys should see will be that. And stick around.